So we're told that a football player kicks a football and it's held 0.5 meters above the ground. So if this is the ground, right? If somebody is kicking the football, where does he kick it from? 0.5 meters from the ground. So this is the height, right? So he's taking the football. He's kicking it from 0.5 meters from the ground. He kicks it. Is the ball going to go down or up if he's kicking it? He's kicking the ball. Eventually it's going to come down, right? We're also told that the football reaches a maximum height of how much? The highest point it goes is 30 meters. When it gets to that highest point, how far has it traveled from him? What's the distance from him? 18 meters. So where's the vertex? 1830. What does that represent in the equation in vertex form? Okay, so we know H and we know K, right? The question is asking you to find an equation to model this. Well, in the equation we know y equals something. Let's call this, I'll make this a different color. Oops. Do we know A? Do we know how fat or skinny this is? No, we don't. We know it's going to be y equals something, x minus 18 squared plus 30. In order to come up with the quadratic equation, you must find A. Okay, we have to find A. Now, in our equation, we have how many unknown variables? 1, 2, 3 variables. We can't solve this if you have 3 unknowns, right? We need to solve for A. Do we actually know a point? Do we know an x and a y on this parabola aside from the vertex? Yes. Where is this point located? What's the coordinate of this point? 0? Is that not an x and a y of the parabola? This is our h and k. This is an x and y. So can I plug in x and y? Yes. If I plug in x and y, how many unknown variables do I have left? I have 1 unknown variable, which is A. That's what my goal was. I was trying to solve for A. Okay, pay attention. We're going to use BEDMAS to solve for A. We're going to work backwards. I can't do anything on the left side, so I'm going to leave it as 0.5 equals A. Can we simplify? What's 0? Take away 18. Negative 18 squared, right? Now what? What comes next? Exponents. I'm leaving this 0.5 on the left side. And I have negative 18 squared. What's negative 18 times negative 18? Positive 324 plus 30. What does this mean? A 324. How should I rewrite that? Switch it around, because this means that I'm going to multiply 324 times A, right? Multiplication order doesn't matter. A times 324 or 324 times A. Okay, I'm just making it a little easier to read. Well, I'm trying to isolate A. What should I get rid of on the right side that's around A? Get rid of this 30. What does it become on the left side? So 0.5, take away 30, right? If I take away 30, it's gone. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. Equals 324A. Can you simplify this? Can you do 0.5 minus 30? What is it? Negative 29.5 equals 324A. Yep. So now we have 324 multiplied by A. I need to get rid of this 324. Opposite of multiplying is, if I divide by itself, that cancels out, right? What do I have to do on the left side? Divide by 324. So I'm left with just A. And we can solve this now. What's negative 29.5 divided by 324? Negative 0.09. The question said, find the equation of this parabola. Now that I have A, I know H and K. Let's write it as an equation. A is 0.09. What was H again? And what was K? Can you write this in vertex form? Y equals, oops, this is supposed to be negative. Negative 0.09 x minus 18 squared plus 30. You're just plugging in A, H, and K, which is on your quiz. The next part of this question says, at what distance, so I'm actually going to make this D, okay? Because we know that the parabola, the football has a height, it travels a certain distance, right? We want to know how far has it traveled when it hits the ground? Well, this is the ground, right? When the football hits the ground, what's the height of the football if it hits the ground? No, the height is 0 if it hits the ground. We need to find D. This is a little different. Let's erase this. Plus 30. It is similar, but now your D is inside your bracket. I cannot simplify inside the bracket. I don't know what D is. That's what we're trying to find. So I can't do that. I can get rid of this plus 30, though. Move that to the other side. What does it become? 0 take away 30 is just negative 30, right? And then I have D minus 18 squared. Can I get rid of this negative 0.09? If I divide it by itself, this cancels out, right? What do I have to do to the left side? Divide it by negative 0.09. What am I left with on the right side? Squared. What's negative 30 divided by negative 0.09? 333. Look here, please. We're not done. How do I get rid of this? What's the opposite of squaring a number? Think of Pythagorean theorem. What do you do at the end? If I do square root, I've gotten rid of that square. So I'm just left with D minus 18. But what do I have to do on the left side? Square root. Let's do round it to 18.24. Okay. Can I solve for D? What do I get rid of? How do I get rid of this minus 18? Add 18. 18.24 plus 18 equals D. What is the distance? 36.24 meters. That means that once the football was kicked, it goes here, and all together, how far did this guy kick the football? When it hit the ground, it hit the ground after approximately 36 meters. That's how far he kicked it.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.